All right. Hey, what's going on? It's Scott here. I owe you guys a huge apology. Couple of you. Well, actually, I'm going to do two apology emails. Turn this light off and move it so you don't have a whole lot of glare. What is that? Is that better? Does it move the glare? There you go. Maybe. Gosh, maybe that's even worse. Try to get this so you don't have a whole lot of glare, but don't have to look through. What is it, a smudge? Oh, okay. Anyway, God, sorry about that. I'm a pro, huh? All right. So, if you guys remember, this started out as the Easton Now, and then someone was kind enough to point out, after my research, for some reason, overworked, overtired, underpaid, not getting laid enough, on drugs, whatever it may be. I didn't select the Easton House paint job because, quite honestly, the ones I was finding were pretty boring. I accidentally selected the Scharnhorst, her sister. And so the Scharnhorst, she had a couple really exciting ones. She had that dimple. She had the typical German gray. And then she had that, what almost the Baltic look, Norwegian look, where they whited out or grayed out the tips. So that's the one I selected. You guys can see that in there. So I'm doing the Eisenhorst. What do you think of that? Or the Scharnau. Anyway, so then I thought, okay, well, since it's now a what-if scenario or make-believe scenario, I wanted to try out these new decals, the swastikas. And for those of you who are offended by it, I'm sorry, but, hey, it was a historical symbol, and it was a symbol of peace thousands, tens of thousands of years before it was ever the swastika. So I'm not condoning anything, but it's accurate. So that's all I'm going to say ever about the swastikas. I will always put them on my ship. So if that's going to offend you, I apologize. And I guess look away. Gosh, that's really, really bad. Is that better? What is that glare? Oh, there you go. Oh, it's these white spots that are glaring. Let me see if I can take care of that for it. No, if I put that down, it's all white. How about this? There we go. So anyway, it became a hybrid, a what-if scenario. Now, what I do like about it is you can see the formation, the switch that has taken place from post-World War I, where they scuttled everything at Scapa Flow, to this new design. And this one is kind of like, if you will, again, the Scharnhorst and the Eisenhower were battle cruisers. They're not battleships in what we think. The Germans were unique in that. And then when they also built pocket battleships, your Graspe, your Admiral Scheer, where they were trying to stay within the League of Nations treaty, the weight limit, but then they put these gigantic guns on them, so big old 15 inchers, so it's kind of like putting a V8 engine in a rowboat. But anyway, so that's what I ended up doing. I wanted to test these decals and see how smoothly they worked prior to doing the Bismarck. And I say that because I have the Bismarck, and I'm trying to look for it as we speak. You guys have heard me speak about this on Facebook, the website Scale Model Graveyard. I cannot tell you guys how wonderful some of those guys are. Anyway, long story incredibly short, I had the Lion Roar photo etch for the Bismarck, and I didn't want to do the wood decks. I'm not sure about wood decks yet. I mean, I do them on my 350s, but not on these guys. And then I got these decals. So I knew that the Scharnhorst and the Eisenhower had the white circle with the swastika, not necessarily the red background. Looked kind of odd to me. I really wanted to try these decals and make sure that they adhere. Of course, I used the Microsol Microset, and they look good. A little trimming replacement needed to be done. Actually, I had to do some cutting on the model just to get them to lay down right. So anyway, I ended up completing this because of A, work schedule, B, you guys would not believe what I went through on my last travels, 36 hours in airports just to get home. So I just went ahead and got it done. The other main reason I'm pushing so hard is we have a model competition coming up Saturday, 2 days from now. And so she had been sitting here without her deck railings. Now, the superstructure railings had been in place since day one, but I finally got, the deck railing, or what do you call them? Yeah, the deck railings in place. So I like this model. I think, I agree. She's one of the most beautiful ships that I ever had a Kilo Lake. But you can really start to see the formation and what will become the standard of their battleships in the formation of the Isanau and the Scharnhorst. She's sleek. She's long, not as long as a hood. Long, nice and balanced. I think it's beautiful. I used some photo etched on this. I can't tell you the name of it because I can't read it. It's Japanese. But I'm really liking their products too. Lionel's okay. I'm going to try some Flyhawk as well. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Alright, so we're going to stop here, and I'm going to say thank you guys, and I'm sorry that I didn't do the normal, hey, step-by-step build. So forgive me. We will get back to it. So now I'm going to hit pause on this, and if your ship people can go bye-bye, and we're going to switch over to car people. Okay, I think we're off pause, yes. So let me show you something here, car people. Again, I need to apologize to the car people out there. So, can you read that? I'm sure you can. 1965 Impala SS. Well, what does that mean? Well, this represents the actual car I drove through junior high and senior high school here in Lincoln, Nebraska. I had a friend, and I spent a lot of time in this car. I had not built a model car since I was probably 7. But when I saw this, I had to have it because it brought back so many great memories. Cruising. Actually, if you guys don't know, Lincoln, Nebraska has the longest street in the world. If you don't believe me, look it up. Our main drag is O Street. Back in the mid-70s, 17, 16, 15 years old, there's nothing to do in this town for those, of that age. So, a lot of gearheads in Nebraska. And I'll tell you, those gearheads grew up and they stayed here. And on any given Sunday or Saturday on a nice weekend, oh my Lord, you would not believe what's rolling with the streets in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's a car person's haven. A lot of barn finds around this place too. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time in a 65 Impala SS. And my best friend had a 66 Impala SS ragtop. So this represents the car that I was building. You guys only got to see one video of it. So here we are. I don't really like that glare. Let's bring it up. So this is also from the model show. And this represents the actual car. The interior is done in what I was used to. It's got the 327 in there. The one that I was used to had an Edelbrock manifold with dual Holley 650 double pumpers. 12 bolt back in. The engine was bored out at a 12-to-1 stroke with a modified cam. It also had a spring-loaded 4-speed inline. So, when I saw it and I was building it, I saw the kit. It's that boost kit. I did a combination. I built some of it custom, some of it stock. Because the car that I had spent so much time in was not necessarily fully stock either, and it wasn't fully custom. So, first of all, the interior is the correct color. Now, if you notice the, what do you want to call that? The chrome around the windows? That is that bare aluminum foil, and it's the first time I've ever tried it. Doesn't go on quite as smoothly as they show in the videos, but it's still a pretty good product. Is it better than hand painting those chrome? Probably not. Or I just have to get more proficient at it. And then the base. These bases I get at Hobby Lobby. Oh my god, they're dirt cheap. And then you can always get their 40% coupon. So I think this after the 40% coupon was $3.19. And then I just went to the internet and I was playing around with backgrounds. I had put asphalt, I had put gravel, but I thought, hey, that the checker thing was right on the box. So I just kind of stole that idea, but then I made the checkers a whole lot smaller. And then how I glued the that's just paper, guys. I just printed it. I used our favorite thing in modeling, microcrystal clear, to glue it on. So I just slapped it on. I also have another ship that I did the same thing with. So anyway, for you car people, I need to say I'm sorry too. I didn't have time and I didn't take the time to do videos. And I apologize for that. Let's see if we can't slide this around. Bring this around here. See if you can see under the hood there a little bit. Yep. I kind of liked her. There were a couple of things that are wrong on it that I corrected. I don't know if you guys just look up 65 Impala on the back. That black, there's a black strip between the upper and lower chrome. That was not there. I put that in. Did I paint it? Nope. Did you use a Sharpie? Well, I tried, but it didn't work. I used an ink pen. And I got the look I needed. You guys also, if you remember, this is the car that had a perfect paint job on it. I polished it, I buffed it, I put on the clear coat, and it yellowed. I stripped it, took me 2 hours to strip it down, made a mess out on the front porch, and repainted. And this is about as good as it's going to get. I'm going to do a little touch up before Saturday. This one's also going in the model show. But more importantly, it's going to hang with me. It just brings back some memories. So anyway, this is the longest video I've ever done. So I wanted to apologize mostly and then get you guys up to date. So what am I going to build next? And I promise you we will do weekly updates the way they're supposed to be done. In fact, I'm even looking into a GoPro right now to see if I can't do that. But God, I hate those. If they're fast forward builds, and they 4 times the speed, that's not bad. But I don't want to sit there, and I'm not going to do that thing where, 48 hours later we complete, after 48 hours worth of videos, we complete them out. I'm not going to do that. I'm not ever going to do a box review. Why? We all know what's in it. It's parts. You guys want to see the definition of gluttony? How's that? That's all under my table. I'm thinking. So I'm running out of room. You guys can see those up there. 2 of those are going to the University of Nebraska and will be put on permanent display, and that means that it opens up room. Titanic, she ain't never moving. In fact, I need to get that in a case, but it's already kind of ruined with the dust. So now what? Well, I told you guys, Graham Holmes, the individual that's a seller on that Scale Model Graveyard Facebook group, just sold me an incredible deal. Now, it's the Yamato. It has about 4 different sets of photo etch in it. It has a wood decks. It has everything imaginable, and I paid $27 for it all. I'm thinking about that, but you know what? I'm not a big fan of Yamato. She's pretty boring. Yes, I know she was the largest battleship ever built, and I know the story behind her, and when she exploded, it actually registered around the world on a seismograph, but I'm not so sure. So, and I've never done, ever in my life, a carrier. And I've got 3 of them in there. I'm trying to sell the Warspite. So I don't think I'm going to do the Warspite. I opened that up the other day. Holy crap. After doing these guys, that thing is huge. I don't know. I've been leaving this one out, which tells me I might do that. And part of me wants to play around with a different colored deck. I want to try Tamiya's deck color. It's not your typical tannish wood. It's kind of like a lighter wood. And I know that the hood actually had it. It's not, what is it? Teak, it's spruce. Now, why would I want to do that? Pardon me, guys. Don't want to make you sick. When I have that, and I already have the hardwood deck, and I already have the steel or the brass barrels. So why on earth would I want to do a small hood when I've got this monster? Well, I don't have room for this monster yet, and I'm kind of kicking around. I play World of Warships. Kind of kicking around. Come with me, guys. Don't get sick. Of painting this little guy, this hood, the World of Warships paint job, because it's really kind of cool. So I'm thinking it might be, come with me again and don't get sick. Ugh. There you go. I think it's going to be the little guy. What's the other benefit of the little guys? Even though they have the detail. I'll show you the other benefit. That they stack. I love it. So I'm thinking it might be time to say bye-bye to the U-boat. And we'll, God, you imagine how high I could stack this with cases. Especially if I had that open. Oh my lord, it'd be 4 wide, 15 high. Yeah. So they're stackable. So here we are. One last look. It was fun. One last look at that beauty. Guys, I'm sorry for the length of the video, but I had to get you guys caught up. I promise you that this won't happen again. Talk to you all. Bye.